Hey y'all, it's me, Wanda D, the motivational queen, your accountability coach helping you get it done. What is it that you need to get done? I can help you get on the media and make more money. Get that exposure you're looking for. So come see me. Check me out all social media under Wanda D Hollis, yes, my government name. And you can also follow my website at IamEnough365.com. That's me, Wanda D, the motivational queen, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Take time out to focus on you. Don't take on any tasks that don't belong to you. It's a perfect day to make a change. Gotta put the brakes on anything that get in your way. No time to second guess. You gotta put your trust in God and walk by faith. It's time to change your you want and apply. Go far beyond than just try. Goodbye to yesterday. Today is a day to claim your destiny. Just clap your hands if you understand. Just clap your hands if you understand.
Clap your hands if you understand. Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on out there? It's me, Wanda D, the motivational queen, your accountability coach helping you get her done. What is it that you need to get done? But right now, we're going to get this show done. This is the Wanda D Hollis Show on Grady Baby Radio. Welcome. Come on in. Tell everybody that it's on, and yes, it's on right now. I need you, as you come in, I need you to tell me where you're tuning in from. So do me a favor, give your city, state, or country, Providence, a big shout out so we can recognize you. Now, you know that we do this every Monday inside of the Grady Baby Radio, and we just bring you real talk. Today we're going to be talking about vaccine or not. I don't know. I don't know how you're feeling about that. I don't know if I heard, this is what I heard. I heard that it has been 100,000 Georgians already vaccinated. Were you one of them? I want to know. Hey, Vet. But you know what? I'm gonna bring my brother on in the room with me. So, and we waiting on the other family members to come on in here. What's up?
What's going on? Wanda, how you doing?
Well, I'm doing wonderful. You know that. What's going on with you, brother Knowledge?
Just working, staying busy, staying focused.
Staying busy, staying focused. I just checked out the interview that you did with Knowledge, the other Knowledge.
Knowledge Born Allah.
Knowledge Born Allah and Ken Wardo. It was great. I'm not finished. I hadn't finished it. I don't know why I didn't see that in my inbox. But when I went to send you a message today is when I seen it. So I said, well, let me check this out. So it was really good. Some really good conversation going on there. Yeah. Like y'all bring it. So I was glad to be able to check that out. And you say you busy over there. What you working on?
I had a lot of orders for the shop. I also had a lot of orders for the brand. So I've been kind of busy for real.
Okay. That's what's up. We got LaRonda in the building. We got Miss Yvette in the building. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for coming on by. Now, introduce yourself to the people. Let them know who's in the building, in case they don't.
360 of the Cipher. Wisdom, knowledge, overstanding. Dark matter magic. Y'all know who it is. I thank everybody for tuning in. I thank Wanda for having me on the show.
Yeah. Well, this is how we serve, right? Everybody have to figure out a way how to serve. So we serving y'all up these real talks every Monday night if we can.
Hold on. LaRonda, can you hear me now? So I can
you kind of low.
I'm kind of low. I'm still low.
Yeah, you still low. I don't know. We're gonna have to get you a mic, a better mic, and some turn up the headsets on you so we can hear you better. Yeah, she's straining a little bit to hear
She
you.
said she can hear me.
Hmm.
She said she can hear
She
me
just
better.
said your volume is low.
I turned it all the way up now. I'm sure she can hear me now better.
Okay, okay. Is that better? Is that better, Loranda? Can we get a one for if it's better? And if this is your first time checking out, checking in, please, let us know that this is your first time. Say first time, and if you come by later and you catch the replay, hashtag replay. All right. So yeah. So knowledge. I was just, I was last Sunday. I was on the I Am Enough talk show, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we were sitting around, because after and you know what, y'all gotta come. I'm just telling you, you and your wife will really, really enjoy the conversation, the atmosphere, the people, the vibe, and everything. So after the show, when we get ready to eat, we sit around the table. You know how you used to do at your granny's now. Sit around
Right.
the table and have that break that bread. And
Right.
we, engaging in these conversations. Well, one of the conversations, was who was getting a vaccination.
Mm.
And, I have to get up when they start talking about vaccinations and stuff. And the reason being, because my pen is so strong with the no, 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 hell no. you know, I have to then put my, what is it, my media, move my emotions out of the way and just put my listening ears on.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the guests said that, yeah, he was like, I can't wait for it to be my turn. And the reason being was that he said, just like everything else, vaccinations, like they had all these other epidemics and they vaccinated. And this was his reason for, I can't wait. I'm ready for it. I said, okay, wow. So I'm gonna ask our viewers who has gotten the vaccination, and then also if you haven't, are you planning on getting it, and then why or why not? So that's my question, and I guess we could take that for ourselves. What about you, knowledge?
Well, I'm not taking the vaccine. I have plenty of reasons. One, the it has not been tested thoroughly. Two, Dr. Fauci said himself that the vaccine does not stop the coronavirus. You're least likely to die. Number three, I need to see the science behind it. The science is very important. And also number four, we need our people as we need some people that represent us for us dealing with biotechnology, who deal with viral diseases and stuff like that, to let us know what is the official reason for us taking the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
And also they have not even dispersed like how is this being spreaded, how is the COVID being spreaded. They put it, well, I ain't gonna say they put it out here, it came into fruition, it's out here. They tell you to put on a mask, use hand sanitizer. So in order for them to tell us to put on a mask and use hand sanitizer, there must be some form of science behind that. So, let the people know the truth.
Mm-hmm.
It's confusing to me. That's number one. Number two, I can't say people are dying. Number three, people are saying that they want to take it because they're fearful of dying and they don't want to catch the coronavirus. But we have to let this thing make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And some people reasons are because I had a guy tell me today he's going to take it because nurses and white people are taking it, so he feel like it's not just it's against black people, anything like that. That's what he said. But
Mm-hmm.
like I tell people, our DNA is different. The melanated man, black man DNA is different from white man DNA. So certain things that affect a black person would not affect a white person. This is just simple science. This is just stuff we learn in school. The biological make of a black man and a white man is totally different when you get into DNA. But we're not looking into that. We're looking at what the media present to us,
Mm-hmm.
which is multi-ethnic destruction in America. I tell anybody this. If one of the 5 forms of government is anarchy, what makes you think they're going to keep some peace? And then, what's going on? Tell the truth.
Heck,
Somebody
what's
needs
really going on?
what's really going on?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what? I thought of this. When have the government ever been concerned about Black people? First
Never.
of all,
Never.
never. And then for them to come swooping down in the Black communities and have sites set up so readily for people to go in and get not only tested, but also get the vaccination. It's just it's mind blowing. And I heard that Michigan, they had this age window. And I'm trying to get one of my guests on that works with the seniors so she can give you a rundown of what's going on with a lot of her clients right now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But because like I don't want to come off as being like this radical person that's just so, it's so emotional to me that you don't get it to where you're missing the facts, because then that's one extreme. So like you said, like, show us the science, right? And then they drop.
Let me cut you off. Nurse V said, let her in.
The you in now.
Hey, fam. Sorry, I'm tardy.
Fine, $50. No, I was told that then the age requirement dropped. So it went from, let me see my text message, because my people now we're being called us against them.
Yeah.
But what's up, Nurse V?
Hey, I'm liking this conversation. I got some nuggets tonight.
You got some nuggets?
Yeah, so it was so funny. In B12 store over the weekend, I had these anti-maskers come in, right? They were so funny. It was 2 little old white ladies. So I didn't say anything. I didn't say nothing about put your mask on or anything. I'm like, I'm so on y'all. I'm on the same page. It was like, we were so over it. I said, I know, tell me about it. But I was having a conversation today with somebody, and it's funny that, it seemed like they would have rolled it out first to the younger people, since they're the ones that are out and about and more active, opposed to our seniors. And our seniors are the ones who are actually having more complications, and some of them are actually passing behind taking a vaccination.
They are.
Yeah. So I had a client to come into the B12 store just on Saturday. She was telling me she got the Moderna. Her first injection, she had an anaphylactic reaction, shock, right? Her throat started closing. So they had to give her some steroids and everything. So I said, did they report it? She was like, I don't think so, because nobody ever got back with me. So I'm like, chances are they didn't report it.
Yeah. So this is the report that I had gotten. I had gotten the age went from 65 to now 50.
Mm-hmm.
And it's to 16 years old.
Wow.
So from 50 to 16 years old.
Yeah.
That is like life-changing, because at 16, you're not even developed all the way, right?
Exactly.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but are you fully developed at 16?
No, you're still doing some developing.
Yeah. So why would you want to subject your child to that? I'm just curious, but
yeah, I was talking to a mom. She's ready for her kids to get back in school, and I think her son is like maybe 7 or 8. So she can't wait till they roll it out. That age group, yeah.
Wow. So I want to wow. Okay, so let's go to the comments. Hey, LaRonda. LaRonda said she had a comment up here. first with Yvette. Yvette said that nope, it's my choice not to, and no one can't force focus me to
That's
get it.
right.
Force you to get it. Okay.
Power to you.
Power to you, Yvette. And Yvette is over there in Boston. Shout out to Boston in the building. And so LaRonda said, I agree with knowledge, and the reason I chose not to take the vaccine as well. However, I have been tested because I had to before I went into my doctor's appointment, and don't have it. Thank God. And see, that's the part. Now, this is the part that really concerns me. Help me out, people. Help me out, family. The coronavirus, they have hyped this thing up to the point of there's so much fear surrounding it to where if you say you have it, what's the recovery rate? What has been the recovery rate? Isn't it like 90+%?
Yeah, way up.
96%.
Yeah.
So at 96%, if I get it, then that means I have been formulated some type of antibodies, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why would I then go get the vaccination? It just help it make sense to me.
Exactly.
At that point, why would I then go get the vaccination if I've already had it?
Which does not guarantee that you won't contract it again.
That's what I said before. That's what Dr. Fauci said it. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. They have been telling the truth on the news for us, the media, but it's just to scare. And, you know, when this thing was going on and we were so-called quarantined, I would come home and me and my wife would cut on the TV, Fox, NBC, CBS, MSNBC, even on the business channels, it was the COVID-19 show. I'm talking about for hours.
Every day, all day, yep.
Out. And then the fear tactic is this. They used to have a COVID-19 map that showed you who had it, how many was infected. Then they play that dark music. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Programming.
Doom music like doom, 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 doom. Then as it changed from Italy to Greece to Spain, doo 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 doo.
Oh, in correction, there has been 1 million people vaccinated in Georgia so far.
Oh, really?
1 million. Now, another thing is for you all that may be wondering what's going on here. This is the Wanda D. Hollis Show, and we are discussing vaccine or not. That's our topic for tonight. I also have some other findings, and that is that Facebook has partnered up with a facility, a hospital or facility, that they now have a Facebook tool that will show you where the vaccination stations are.
Wow. So
that means that you were going to, Facebook is going to be like NBC, ABC, CNN News, to run this through your timeline to show you where you can go get it. Plus, the restrictions of Facebook have really tightened up for us people that like to do business on Facebook. Our algorithms are different, a lot different, whereas before I would have so many people see when I went live. Now I don't. And if you don't tag, that's why we ask you all to please share it. Please tag some people in the feed so they can know what's going on, because that's another thing. I think people are just not getting the information that they need to make the decisions that could possibly.
Did you all see RZA and his crew marching over at the CDC over the weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And RZA has always been a light for distributing the truth about the CDC and what's going on over there and everything. So
here they even
protection.
Yeah, they
say that again.
Here in Detroit, they've opened up. They've made like Ford Field, the new football arena here.
The vaccination headquarters.
Yeah. A lot of my nurses are like flying out all over California, Arizona, all over to go to these different vaccination sites.
So just how they had the nurses going into where there was the crisis of the COVID, and they were going in to blow people's chest out with the machine. Now they have them flying all over the country to administer the vaccination.
Poison. Yeah. And I was reading on Facebook today, they're getting ready to lock down on posts regarding the vaccination as well. I read that on Facebook.
That's what I'm talking about. So, so our show, the Monday show probably will go away, because if I can't speak the truth, if we can't tell the things that we need to tell to our community, then this show is not servicing anybody, as far as I'm concerned, because this is not that show. This is not the I Am Enough talk show where your dreams matter and I'm talking to business owners. This show is really about bringing consciousness up to really teach us some things that we don't know about, whether it's in commerce or personal health care, and I would always say that our personal health care is what we do for ourselves, not for what you run up to the doctor's office to do, but for knowing about sea moss, and knowing about elderberries, and knowing about what type of foods produce good mental clarity and which ones don't. So what do you think about that knowledge? The fact that they're putting all of this censorship in this platform called the book?
Because Facebook has reached its peak of people, and so many people have businesses on Facebook, so many pages, so many business pages, group pages. And yes, they are slowing down the algorithm. I have been noticing that people who do Facebook ads, because Facebook does own Instagram, so even Instagram ads has been slowing down. Even if you use a hashtag COVID, hashtag coronavirus, virus, or COVID-19 as your hashtag, they are censoring it. They are picking it up, and it's the algorithm that does it. And it's
wow.
They catches it slows down your likes. It slows down your views, and it kind of like hides you in the background. I tell people all the time, these platforms are their platforms. That's why it was so essential for us to have platforms of our own, but these are their platforms, so they can do that. It's their stuff, but it's our job to keep the information going, to keep the people aware, and stuff like that. It's very, very important that we do that, because sooner or later, we won't have a voice. They're locking down on that. We will not have a voice. It would be hard for you to speak. And I will tell you this: overseas, I was watching a show and they were talking about it. But overseas, the way we speak now, we would probably be put in prison. Certain places overseas.
Yeah.
The uplifting of the people, that's not going to happen, for us to doom and gloom. And we are under a medical martial law. Just think about it. It has been passed. They can literally right now bring in the military and make everyone line up and take that vaccine. Seriously.
Yeah. And that's what they're trying to avoid by getting as many volunteers as possible, because I do know that they had the quote of like 100 million people. Biden said he wanted to get 100 million people in 100 days, his first 100 days.
He said every adult in America, basically.
Foolishness.
Yeah, it's crazy. And just, you have to think of what's their end goal. And it's depopulation. It's controlled. It's just it's control at a whole nother level.
Exactly. Several agendas on board.
Yeah.
And they are like failing to tell people that it's a trial medication.
Yeah, it is.
How you gonna force me to take a trial medication?
A trial medication. And then watch this. It's still being told that this is still a live exercise. This is a live exercise. You ever watch Enemy of the State with Will Smith?
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of it, when they got to the bottom of it, the main guy, he had the other guys helping him out to catch Will Smith and get this tape back. At the end, everybody he interviewed, besides the main guy, said, what? I was told it was a live exercise. I was told it was a live exercise. I was told it was a live exercise. And one thing they said in Enemy of the State, he said, when Will Smith's wife said to him when they was in the garage, she said, once they passed the Privacy Act, there is no more privacy. And that's actually true. And they already they've been past that.
Right. So I want to know now. We got some people on here that said they're not taking it. I know. I want to talk to the people that are taking it and why they taking it, because I snapped off on some people and I had to catch myself. But you just assume you really do. You really start to assume that people are woke, first of all. And then you can start to assume, and you be like, not you too. Like, I thought you were, I can say what I said, but I know what I said wasn't what, should have been said. But I said, I just said, I thought you were smarter than that. I didn't know that you were just, herded to the pasture just like everybody else. I didn't know that. But I'm sensing that, especially people with in certain positions, jobs,
corporate America,
they've been really brainwashed on this whole situation. I talked to a friend of mine that has a elderly client, and she was saying that the sons of her elderly clients, like they was like, hey, get it. This lady has suffered a heart attack behind it.
Wow.
And she's in a hospital now being strapped down in the bed because she has dementia. So she's being strapped down, very, very confused. They've changed up her diet. They're stuffing food down her throat that she normally doesn't eat.
Wow.
So they really got putting the screws out for her. And then the son said, well, I just want to make sure she's able to get her second dosage.
Wow. It's going to take her out.
So
it's going to take her out.
So yeah, so that's been my thing. And then too, how are they coupling school, making it mandatory for your child to get this in order to attend school? How many people are on that bandwagon? Valita, you got kids in school. What are they telling you?
I do. My kids are have the opportunity to actually go back to in-class learning next month on the 16th. However, as of now, nothing has been said that they need to be vaccinated to return.
Not yet.
Not yet. But if that happens, like I got one that's actually graduating in May, and then my youngest one, she's got 2 more years and she's out, and we'll continue to do homeschooling if that's put in place.
So how much pushback are you getting from your daughter if she has to stay home? I know that last senior year is a very important milestone for children.
Well, I'm saying Destiny's okay. She's in the clear.
Okay.
It's Diamond.
Okay.
Diamond, she's all for staying home. I don't know. You know that about your cousin. She's all
she would be in the same club as Addison. Like, no, not today. I don't want to go to school today. Addison will move in with me just to avoid going to school. But Granny will say, "Girl, fine, just sit over there and do some arithmetic."
Right, exactly. So that's where we at with it.
So Vivian, talking about the side effects.
That's what I want to talk about next. So Vivian says they have all of these smiling people who's supposed to have the vaccination, but they never mention the people who've had the bad reaction to it, or that everyone may seem to examine has a COVID diagnosis.
Right. And what I noticed, like all the poster faces or the poster campaigns to promote it are Black people.
Yep. Yep.
Well, they had that in your job, the job that you just quit. Why did you just quit your job, lady?
It was because they eventually said I was working for a community health center. There are several different sites around the southeastern parts of Detroit. The site I was at, they actually made that a vaccination clinic. They were opening up on Saturdays to have it as a vaccination site even on weekends. So when we first rolled it out, I was a participant. I did not do injections intentionally. I mostly did like the consent forms, making sure that they were filled out correctly, and filling out the vaccination record cards. And just observing and watching stuff and knowing who I am as a person, it became like an internal conflict for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I just stepped away from it.
So do you think you'll be going back into nursing under, if it's the same conditions that lie now? What do you think? What are your thoughts?
I doubt it. Not any type of facility. I doubt it. If maybe some home care or personal private duty care, something in that arena, but your traditional floor nursing, no.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's brave. That's very brave of you, because I know for a lot of times when people make those type of changes, shifts, those aren't always easy, because there's an income adjustment that comes with
exactly
with nursing, so but
and even with that, like we offer free immunizations for children as well, and I wasn't feeling that either. Like they really want you to promote, like the parent bring in their kids for wellness checkups, or if they haven't been in for a while, they want you on the phone and encourage them to come in and get their kids immunized and all that. And I'm like,
yeah. LaRonda said that Texas, they did. They have already lifted their restrictions in Texas and in Mississippi. Yeah. But this is what's the shocking truth, and this is where I hope we could get to the point of well care. We are not a community that practices well care. And when people say, well, the Black people are dying, yeah, they are, because they were dying in the first place. Let's just be real. We have the highest diabetes, highest heart disease rate, and heart disease is still the number one killer. And that's because of our bad diets, and our lack of exercise, and then just lack of health, good health practices. So what do you say, Knowledge?
I will say this, for kids, for people with jobs, I have been reading about at will states. G Clark said, yo. And
where's G Clark at?
He in the chat.
Hey, G Clark.
For at will states, they can do this now. If you work a job, if you don't take the vaccine, they can fire you.
For at will states?
At will, Georgia is one. Missouri is one. They can do that.
Michigan is one now too. It wasn't for a long time.
Yeah.
Is Illinois one?
I don't think so.
Okay.
We got a lot of radicals up here though.
Yeah, there's radicals up. There's radicals in the Midwest. I've been talking to people in Ohio, Michigan.
We'll march to the Capitol, kick the door in.
It's a lot. It's a lot of, I don't want to say radicals. It's a lot of people up there that's not going for the bull.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of people talking about it, but it's a lot of mothers that are scared because They want their kids to go back to school, and as a people, we not set up to homeschool, and now a lot of people moving towards consciousness, and they really looking at the reality of things. I've been telling people about church and state. They say church and state don't mix when it does mix. I've been showing where the church is a creature of the state, and anything created in the United States um is for the benefit and purpose of the United States. It's been so many groups and people been talking, even on Clubhouse. I have been getting a lot of invites and stuff to a lot of different chat rooms and stuff like that, where people are truly discussing like what we're gonna do. And in some of these chat rooms, it's not just black people; it's white people in there.
Oh yeah, it's everybody.
Believe it or not, there are more Europeans scared than blacks. I'm just being honest with you. Because they're used to their normal routine. They're used to the normal routine more than blacks are. So it's a lot of them that are really, really scared. And they stockpiling food. I don't know. It's this one white lady, and she said, "I got enough tissue to last me 5 years." I'm like, this lady, I guess she went out and bought a lot of tissue. If that's gonna help her.
Wow.
Oh my God. I hope she got some washcloths and soap up in that piece.
Right?
Vivian said it's a new world order.
Well, I mean, it's already been a new world order. Somebody told me I was wrong for saying this when you talk about the Marshall Plan, but somebody was saying that's not true. But I will say this: when I studied commerce and when I used to go to court and fight my little court cases or whatever, it's real. I'm just being for real. When I go to court, I ask the judge certain questions. It's real. So somebody can't tell me like, yo, this ain't true. This is not real. When I actually went to court and done it. So is it a new world order? It could be. If it's not, I will say this: these people have a lot of control. These people clothe, food, and shelter us.
Yeah.
We don't do that ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They have went into countries, tore it apart, and then send them aid and money to rebuild it up, and then make them take part of the American dollar.
Yep. And give them a loan and make them pay it back.
That's gangster.
They say these people are a threat, right? But we have more military presence. We have the most military presence all over the world. People don't know that. We have the most. So who's the threat?
Yeah, yeah. Well, we always got the bad name, big, United States, the bullies or whatever. So Felicia had a question. She said, how can we create our own platform?
A lot of people have been talking about that. I really don't know the way to do it. I guess we would definitely have to start somewhere. The only place I would say to start is the internet, and that's pretty much it. We would definitely have to have our own servers. We have to have all that stuff. I think the main thing is having the proper servers so we're able to protect our information as well as the platform if it was to be created. But definitely, it would have to start with servers of trying to find. We would probably have to hop around to different independent medias that's out there until we actually build one of our own. But having the proper server would be good, which would be a private server.
Well, I do know that Dr. Boyce Watkins has, what is it called? Black Media. Are you familiar with that?
I'm familiar with Dr. Boyce Watkins. Yeah, Black Media.
And that's similar to like a Facebook. He has a lot of different components to that. But then it comes down to this, because I'm also a part of that. But it comes down to people to cross over and start using it, because like that's a great platform, and it does the same thing that Facebook does. The issue is it's not mainstream. No. And so he has to always integrate it through Facebook and then try to bring people back to that platform. But they do some amazing works, like on weekly they showcase Black films. He teaches about Black investment, investing. The educational platform is phenomenal. So there's a lot of things for our people that's there. But again, we deal with like mainstream stuff. It's like kind of like going to NBC instead of coming on to check us out and see what we're talking about. Like they'll go to NBC, but we have just as many educators. We have the knowledge. We have the wherewithal to bring you the education. But it comes down to habits. Your habits tell you to, and Facebook is like crack. A lot of people it's a utility. It's where people go. Before it was just a platform of socializing. Now it's a utility. Now it's like Facebook is just like your lights. It's just a part of you. And so what do you think? What are your thoughts behind that? Anybody want to address that?
Knowledge.
My thoughts is this: if our people don't start to pull together and make the change, it's like this. If you don't give yourself something to do that's gonna help your people, they're gonna give you something to do that's not gonna help your people. If you don't give yourself something to do to help your people, the system always gonna have something for you to do. If you're not reading properly, okay, we'll give you something to read. You're not thinking properly, okay, we have a way to make you think. So it's always that perception put before us, because we never take the initiative to make the move and do something. My daughter, me and her always, I guess, debating or having discussions. And she always be like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? As if, when I tell her certain things and stuff like that, sometimes people have to be that person to jump out there and make it happen. Like Dr. Boyce Watkins has put himself out there to start a platform and to start something that he can do. Now, it gets kind of tricky because once he gets to a certain level, then they're going to start bothering him.
Oh, they're already doing that.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
he's out.
We have to deal with too.
Yeah, you have to deal with the ostracizing.
Yeah, once we get to a certain level, it's always something.
Yeah.
They never want you to be successful. That they don't want us to be successful in the things that we are doing, and they always try to control the narrative. The media, the TV is the biggest way to do it. They control that. The TV,
media,
newspaper, they do it, and they're quick to write a story, but they never write an apology. I know a guy who was teaching consciousness. They said this man raped 3 women, and said they had somebody who was a witness. Never raped 3 women. Never had a witness. His platform destroyed. No one wants to deal with him. And even in the community, they say, he raped somebody. I was around him one day, and somebody said, he raped somebody. And I said, how do you know that's true? You know what I'm saying? What's the proof?
Right.
We keep believing what they say.
Right.
And this what happens.
Right. Yeah. That's true. They slow. And if they do an issue, if they do offer an apology, it's buried on the back page. It's not splashed on the first on the front page like the takedown was. One thing I want everybody to make sure they check out, go look into Dr. Boyce TV, and you have to then almost to make those shifts. You have to put that on your what is it called? On your alarm. So then you can start getting in the habit of going there and keep up. And I must say, you don't have to agree with everything a person does, but like Knowledge says, and like we always say, we do have to figure out how to come together to save ourselves, to save our children, because nobody else is coming. I like this comment that Vivian posted. It says she was traveling with a German taxi driver, and Vivian's in New York, and he said that this is Hitler's tactics all over again.
Wow.
Now you read that book. I'm gonna tell you something. You read that book. It's very interesting. When I say it's interesting, I said, wow, it's very, and it was all about control.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the problem. That's the problem that we have that we have right before us now. And that is sifting the truth out and then deciding on what you want to take action of. Because like you said before, Knowledge, once you do that, you're putting yourself out there and then you become a target on your back, because we've seen it with Farrakhan. They've totally taken him off of Facebook. He can't do anything on Facebook anymore. Yeah, this was
everywhere.
Yeah, this was, and all he was doing was just basically educating, so that's not what they want us to know about this. And we have these small pockets, like we are a very small pocket in comparison to the masses that needs to know about this information. But if we can collectively just have this campaign going, that we continue to just share these thoughts, just to make you think, just to make you say, well, let me just look into this. Let me ask a few more questions, because that's all we're saying. Like, what you do with your body is your business. But I thought about this. I'm not fighting for my life. I'm fighting for my grandchildren's lives and my unborn grandchildren's life, because they have to procreate with somebody. And I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about how would that procreation look like for somebody that has the vaccination and somebody that doesn't. And we're talking about coming together and procreating. Like, how does that look? Nobody knows.
Right.
But I'm a little frightened of that part of it.
So many questions.
Yeah. So many questions, and they don't have the answers. And the only answer is stand 6 feet back and put your mask on, and a mask that does not really keep you safe.
Which suppresses your immune system, by the way.
It does.
Yeah.
So I think I had some questions up here that they wanted to know. Let me go back up in here. It's very, very interesting. It's too far up. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you for spending this time with us. If you do have any questions, we're talking about vaccinate or not. Are you going to take the vaccine or not? And if not, then why? If you are, why? We just want to engage in this conversation. I'm trying to pull up as many comments as I can so that we are on the right track, and I cannot find the one that I saw. However, there it is. So let's talk about some of the side effects. Now, I know that the arm swelling, you was talking about the
woman throat closed, and she had an
closing
shock.
And my friend shared with me how her client had a heart attack. Another one, I think he was unable to walk.
Yeah.
So are you experiencing any other side effects that you know of, or is anybody in the chat experiencing other side effects that you can tell us about?
You know that Marvin Hagler, the boxer?
Yep.
His family is saying that's why he passed. Complications behind getting the COVID vaccination.
When did he pass? Just recently?
Yeah, like maybe a day or two ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I always said that that's why Cicely passed.
That's what I say too. And the guy, Hank Aaron.
Yeah,
Yep.
because right after
Those
that,
people were fine. Yeah.
They died.
Yeah. And then they want to attribute to old age. No, those people was good.
I know Cicely had just did an interview. She
Right.
just got a new movie coming out or something.
Right.
You know, and she was looking real spot. I mean, sounding good. Wasn't like, you know, no signs.
You know, it kind of, if you think about it, and like I was having this conversation with a client that came into the B12 store today. And she was like, okay, first of all, you put the people with COVID inside the nursing homes with the elderly whose systems are weakened for whatever reasons, you know, age, other comorbidities. And then you roll the vaccine out to them first. So it's kind of like you trying to kind of get rid of that age group because you'll save a lot of money in Medicare.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our baby boomers are living way more longer than expected.
They are.
And they're spending a lot of money in Medicare and Social Security.
They are.
Mm-hmm. And they don't like it.
Yeah.
They don't like it. So we got we got Vivian in the house. Hey Vivian, we got author Lynette M. Jewell checking in from North Kakalaki. Yes, G Clark, what's going on, brother? I sent you the link, but I know you probably going to get you normally be moving around this time of night. And Belle said that some Bell palsy. That's right, Bell palsy has also been a symptom. She said in Detroit, they have a bus going around in the community to pick up people and take them to get them.
Wow.
They need to stop that foolishness for real.
Yeah, when have they ever like for real stepped in to help like that?
Stop that.
You know what I said? I was talking to somebody and I said it would be so nice if they would spend that much money in educating our youth. If they would spend that much money in technology to bring United States children up to par with the rest of the world so they can compete globally in technology. It would be so nice if they would put all of those beautiful computers in all of the homes or classrooms or however,
like how it is in the suburbs.
Yeah, like robots and stuff. They like our people are so behind on the things that take us into a better lifestyle, and yet they can take you on a bus to go get a vaccination.
Churches are even opening up and having vaccination fairs. I was talking to a pastor. Him and his wife came into the store. They were getting B12 shots. So I'm like, have you all gotten your COVID vaccination? And he was like, well, I'm not taking it. He put me in the mind of what's that one pastor, singer, not Jay Moss, but he was on a reality show. I can't think of his name. But anyway, he was the younger Dietrich Hatrick.
Oh, Dietrich. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's who he reminded me of. It wasn't him, but he resembled him a lot and the way he acted. So he's like, I ain't taking it. I said, so you feel comfortable with opening up the church and having your parishioners come in and take it? He was like, hey, it's like this, you know, to each his own. If it's out there, if they feel that they want to do it, then I feel obligated to open up the church and as a site where they can come and get it done. Although I'm not taking it, I said.
But how isn't that a hypocritical? Like, why would you open up your church? I mean, what's in it for him? He getting some money.
He get paid for it. I had a guy call me. He said, you know, the building where I'm at, Wanda. He asked, could he use it for testing? If they get so many test kits, they get a percentage or get some type of money.
Yeah, it's federal funded.
Yeah, so that's why. So see how he's at the B12 shot, getting a B12 vaccination and the zinc and all the other goodies yummy goodies, putting all the yummy goodies in his body, and yet
Yeah.
will go and permit the government to come in there and do vaccinations. That is deep.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, switching gear, talk about this this stimulus money. And I was on an interesting conversation, and they said, you know, it's like, you know, you got your stimulus money, they're increasing food stamps, they're increasing unemployment, all this money. I don't get none of it. But anyway,
Exactly.
I said, wow. And they calling this stimulating the economy. Oh, and Georgia said, well, we're going to take people out of poverty. Can somebody explain to me? Don't that sound like some foolishness?
No,
How you gonna take people out of poverty with $1,400?
That's foolishness. I'm gonna tell you why. Ice Cube said it good, and I keep saying that we have less than 1% of the world's money. And I was just reading an article. It said 2053 there will be zero income for the black population. Zero income. I think I mentioned it before on the show. And this guy, he broke it down. He said it would take, right now, 2021, it would take us 200 years of working to catch up to the European and their generational wealth. They have already created enough wealth to last them 500 years. We have not created no generational wealth for us at all, which is crazy. And we talk about the politicians and the people who get in office, who speak for us, who say they're going to do this and do that. And it's a shame that we roll with these Democratic parties and they do nothing for us.
Exactly.
They raise the taxes. This is very, very key. You can Google it. You can check it out. Between the Democrats and the Republicans, when the Democrats are in office, there are more black people in prison and more black elderly and black people are dying. Republicans want to open up the market. Even though they are racist, they want to open it up and do as make as much money as possible all over the world. But this is the thing. You got Republicans, you're gonna deal with the racism. Mm-hmm. You got the Democrats, you're gonna deal with
the hidden racism.
With the racism, they both racism.
Yeah, but then they're gonna kill you though. They're gonna kill you, incarcerate you.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people don't know this. Prison is a trust, and a lot of these people are on prison boards. And Tupac had a letter that was surfacing, and I checked it out, and it's true. They was telling them to route more violence because the United States of America had come into an agreement with the prison system, say that they will always keep them full, and when you get into that, the trust of it, they are negotiating beds, so they are selling beds. But so instead of saying we selling people, we selling beds, but you have to fill the beds with people. So that's foolish. Talking about $1,400 is going to take you out of poverty. And then I just found out this past weekend that the average income for a black person is $1,700.
That's what
a month.
Wow.
Add your bills up and stuff like that. That's what they pulling off of us. We add that up as a collective whole, we can really cut back and start doing some investing, some business. We might be able to come out of this.
Yeah. One thing about it is now I want our viewers to listen real closely at this point. The economy, people starting to get their checks, they starting to go spend, they starting to do whatever they want to do. And a lot of it is just material spending. It's not really a lot of people that's saying, hey, I'm gonna go and invest in my business, or I'm gonna start a business, or I'm gonna use that money to generate some money. But this is what's going on in the stock market, because I looked at some investments that I had and I was like, oh, I'm up. And I'm up because of what I had invested in, because I invested in like Visa, Square, like things on billboards. I invested in this one company out front because I look around and I didn't know how to, like, the market is still vital, but I didn't really know how for it to make sense to me. I had to see what I'm looking at every day. It's kind of like, I remember a long time ago, this guy said to his son, he said, son, when you go to school, look and see what the kids are wearing. That's what you're going to invest in. So he was teaching him very early to, if you see all your classmates wearing Nikes, that's what you go invest in. You don't go buy Nikes, you go and invest in Nikes. So at this point, I would behoove anybody to say, let me go and get a piece of Disney or airline that's coming back up with travel. And right now it's still kind of low, but you can get a little piece of this. And it doesn't have to be a lot, just something to say, I'm going to put that money, that $10 a day that I usually spend at Happy Bucks or whatever, I'm going to start putting that into some other tool that will allow me to make money. And because we have to make this shift somehow, some way. I think this is a good wave right now, right today, because people are getting these checks. So if you can see anything that you might have said, I think I'm gonna go buy a TV. How about you look into that stock? How about you look into those companies that sell the TVs? So what are your thoughts on that, Knowledge or Nurse V?
Nurse V.
I let my oldest daughter file her taxes this year. I didn't claim her. I let her do her own thing. She made like maybe a little under 13,000, right? So I let her do her own thing this year. So they gave her the refund, plus she got the stimulus, that second stimulus, and she got the 1,400, right? So she up about $3,000
in the world.
So I was impressed. She was like, "Oh, I need me a financial advisor." I said, okay, I like the way you're thinking. So, she loves the Pink store or whatever. I told her, research on how to buy you some stock in Pink or whatever. Also, I told her, I have insurance policies on my children, but I also told her, this would be a great time too for you to purchase your whole life policy and start paying into that
for savings.
You can build up. What's the word? You can build up dollar value in whole life policies. You can play with it. You can borrow from it and not have to pay it back. It's not not taxable. So the earlier that you start doing that, the more you'll have to work with as you get like our age. So I told her do that as well.
That's good. That's good advice. And I have a lady that comes on the show sometimes and talks about specifically with life policies, with insurance policies, and how to use them as a vehicle for investments, so that's good stuff.
And other races really rely on policies to create generational wealth, to keep it going, because there's no cap on how many policies you can actually take out.
Wow.
There's no cap on it.
Mm-hmm.
And more people are prone to buy term life. It's less expensive or whatever, but you're limited with the term. Whole life is really the way to go.
Okay, that's good. So I hope y'all caught that. We just want to leave y'all with a perspective of thinking. Thinking for yourself, thinking for your family.
Even like that 1,400, get you a whole life policy and dump that 1,400 in there.
Yep.
And
continue to build off of that.
Yeah, but it is people out here that's truly suffering, that needed that 1,400 to pay their lights or to catch up on some bills or to just make life a little less complicated. And I would say, and that's why we always encourage people to start a business, even if it's something simple as doing whatever. I mean, go start baking cookies and sell them on the corner, or put it on Instagram. Instagram works. I mean, I have clients that working the heck out of Instagram, and this is how we have to think in terms of, and we are so creative where it comes to bootstrapping, but we have to get beyond bootstrapping and come up with some solid game plan to where we can, as Nurse V say, start accumulating wealth and growing it in vehicles that allow you to take it out, invest it, move it here, move it there, like shift it around. So yeah, I thank y'all for that information. Knowledge, what's going on over there with you in your business?
I've just been really staying busy. A lot of people, I'm into apparel, so a lot of people have been talking to me about, starting a brand, discussing, what's the best way to start. I tell them, go to YouTube. YouTube is an educator as far as business. Go on there, listen to them videos, and just really check out what people are doing and people being very unique. And really, that having no income by 2053 or 2050, it was kind of shocker to me because so many of our young kids are into investing. They have their own businesses. I mean, at this particular day and time now, there are more young millionaires.
The millennials are doing their thing.
The millennials are doing their thing, and I really want to do some. This is an article which is from a reliable source. It was also an article in The Guardian, but I really want to probably do some further research and see where are they pulling the numbers from. Is it because that our young people are making money or making money on other people's platforms, which are making more people richer? I think that could be it, but I really want to get down to it and see, where they pulling their numbers from, and what is truly the information and the statistics. But I will say this: if we don't start to unify and invest and really, really pull this thing together, then it's going to be it's not going to be a success. We are already limited in a lot of things that we do. We're limited on many platforms, and the limitations keep growing.
Mm-hmm.
As the limitations grow, there's more control. Once you build, we have to stop building things up. I know we can use their platforms for tools and marketing, but I really wish there was something that we can really do as far as like building up our own platform. And we can use their platform too, because they're going to make money off the pay-per-clicks. They're going to make money off the ads, and they can, it's just different ways that these platforms and other financial institutions make money off of us. Definitely the biggest money maker is the credit cards. A lot of people are still in debt, and the interest rate is not getting less, it's getting higher. So it's a lot of things we have to pay attention to for us, the market. And the last thing is definitely educating our kids and telling them all the different scenarios and keeping them informed with the current events. So young minds think faster than older minds, and young minds see things in a different perspective. So definitely keeping the youth informed and keeping them with the ammo, so they can probably move further and offset a lot of things that is happening to us now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you talked about something when you talk about perspective. No matter what things look like, you do have it's your vision that sees things the way that you see them. So for some, that's why with a lot of people doing that COVID-19 or during this COVID-19 season, we have shifted. You have to pivot. You have to see beyond what things look like, and then you have to put your focus on something. So I would encourage everybody tonight to think about some of the things that we talked about and just see what part of this do you want to focus on? Do you need to focus on? Some things require your immediate attention. And I think as far as our economy concerning, our health, I think our health requires our immediate attention.
Yeah.
Immediate, because if we don't get our health right, then we can't, no matter how much money we have, it really doesn't matter. If you're not healthy enough to go to the job, it doesn't matter. Exactly. So if we could focus on our health, just getting our health right, whether that looks like start exercising, and if it's one exercise in a day, then do that, and then work your way up to two times a week. 3 times a week. I mean, do something and set these goals and make it be where you really realize the importance of it, to the point that you, just like you breathe oxygen, just like you brush your teeth every morning, you say, you know what, I'm put these gym shoes on and I'm going out here and move my body around, because if you don't, then you'll lose your muscles. They go away. Right. So I think for me, it's the stressing of our health, of our taking care of, instead of saying, hey, I want to get this shot, just saying, you know what, I might want to eliminate bread from my diet because bread causes mucus, because bread causes, make you have arthritis, certain things, it's heart is connected to clogging your arteries, certain things, or you might say, you know what, I'm going to add a pint of blueberries every day to my diet, something that you will stir up some type of effect that will last and then will make a difference come down the road, like 6 months later, be like, hey, you know what? I don't have that achy knee anymore. That went away. What happened? Oh, I know what it was. I stopped eating bread. I started taking in more antioxidants, taking in some sea moss and stuff like that. And guys, I just want to remind everybody, we have the book out, Wake Up Winning, no matter what, because losing is not an option. This is our volume 2. And I want to encourage everyone to please get that book. If you haven't had the chance to order it, please order it. Support me, support my team, support the authors that join forces to be a part of this. Support in a way just like you would do anything else. I mean, I know you ran and you bought Michelle Obama's book, Come on over here and buy this one right here. You know the people in it, So and we're very, I am so family, I'm so happy to be in the post-production of the book, which is getting it out, talking about the why it was created. This book was created by Black people to talk about, it doesn't matter where we come from or what we've been through. All that matters is what we focus on now and what are we willing to give our attention to manifest the things that we want in life. Plus, it's giving honor to our ancestors. And that, I'm very, very extremely passionate about, because I know if it had not been for them, that I would not be sitting here before you all today. So I just would like for you to support us by purchasing that book. And you can do that at wanda.wakeupwinning.vol2.com. I'm gonna run that tickler down in a minute when I find it. And then we have an event coming up March the 21st, which is Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. The I Am Enough talk show will be back at Chef Antonio L. Smith's, where you'll be able to network, eat, drink, be married, fellowship, kick it, also get your time on the air talking about your business or whatever you have going on. And it's just a phenomenal experience. We have doubled, almost tripled from one week to the next in guests coming through the show, and just our responses, and a lot of, I'll use your word, knowledge, a lot of commerce being moved around that piece.
That's how we survive, keep that money flow.
A lot of float, a lot of stuff coming in, and I love it. Had an author on, and she was, selling books, was taking pictures, was doing videos. With her book will be being turned into a movie. So we were like, hey, you need to take a picture with this book now, because next time you see this book, it's gonna be a movie. Right. So it's just a lot of great stuff going on. Nurse B, what do you have going on over there in Detroit?
Right now, I'm promoting the B12 shop. Come and see me. I'm out in Novi inside the 12 Oaks Mall. Come and get your B12s, magnesium, zinc, vitamin D, vitamin C. Magnesium is great. Glutathione, that's a great inflammation, flushes inflammation out of your body. So plus a few other things, ladies, if you need some help getting that metabolism jump started so you can lose weight, I have something for that as well.
I love it. I love it.
So I will say I'm not there just on weekends anymore. You can catch me there Thursday through Monday.
Thursday through Monday.
Yeah.
Now, you work Monday or you off Monday?
No, I work Mondays.
Okay, you okay.
Yeah, but it's a short day. Short days on Mondays.
Short days on Mondays. That's cool. That's cool, Nurse V.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love it. I love it.
I know I meet so many interesting people coming through there. It's a great networking spot as well.
Yes. So so last words, everybody. Any last words?
Man, stay strategic out here. Move smart. I will say this: on April the 5th, we have another poetry show, Village Inspired Poets VIP Vocal Dialect Showcase. It's gonna be at the old 640 in West End, Atlanta. The Unity is called Unity and Coffee now. Come on out. You go to Vocal Dialect, VOKALDDIALECT. Go to Vocal Dialect and check us out. Another dope show. It's gonna be banging. April the 5th.
April the 5th. And Knowledge, do me a favor, just put that in the chat. So then when I repost this, I'll put that in there. Or if you had a flyer, just send it to me on the flyer. Okay, and I can repost it when I do some little fancy stuff after it's all said and done. So Nurse V, did you get your final words?
Yeah, do your own research, people. Don't be bullied or pressured into making decisions. Do your own research and come up with your own final choice as far as this vaccination goes. Do some critical thinking. Also use common sense. Take a step back and just look at the whole picture. Use some common sense. And just be conscious about your health. Just watch what you're eating, watch what you're thinking, guard your ears, what you're listening to, conversations you're engaging with. Just be conscious of everything. Move in purpose.
Move in purpose. I love that, Nurse V. Move in purpose. So if you are paying attention as you should be paying attention, think about this. Think about everything we said. And as Nurse V's just said, move in purpose. Do your research. Be very conscious of the things that go in your body. Don't just put anything in your body that you don't know about. And take control, because that old folks talk about how you didn't know. We know what we know. So now we need to do better. I love you guys, and I thank you for joining us tonight on the Wanda D. Hollis Show with the family. We will see you next Monday, same time, same place. Please continue to like, invite, and share. Get this information out to the people that you love and you care about, because we love and we care about you. So until we meet again, see you next time. Okay? All right. Bye-bye.
Love and light.
You gotta take time out to focus on you. Don't take on any tasks that don't belong to you. It's a perfect day to make a change. Gotta put the brakes on anything that get in your way. No time to second guess. You gotta put your trust in God and walk by faith. It's got to change your life. Know what you want and apply. Go far beyond than just try. Goodbye to yesterday. Today is a day to claim your destiny. Just Just clap your hands if you understand. Just clap your hands if you understand.
Hey y'all, it's me, Wanda D, the Motivational Queen, your accountability coach, helping you get it done. What is it that you need to get done? I can help you get on the media and make more money. Get that exposure you're looking for. So come see me. Check me out, all social media under Wanda D Hollis, yes, my government name. And you can also follow my website at IamEnough365.com. That's me, Wanda D, the Motivational Queen, and I look forward to seeing you soon.